Hey YouTube, Nikolai. I'm here with Brandon Thompson, here with a deck profile of his topping of Uncles Out in the Valley, so I'm going to let him get into it.
Alright, I run 3 Angeli. It's just the best card in the deck. You have to. Opening this puts you in a really good position because you just go Angeli to Special Hoot Cake, and then you get out your Messin Gelato, search Chateau, and that already puts you at a +1, and it makes all your monsters float. So, really good. 3 Mageline, the Stratos of the deck. You're pretty much going to be searching out Angeli every time. 3 Hoot Cake. Probably the best card in the deck. Gets all your combos started. Specials your Messin Gelato. On rare occasions, you can special out Mew, go for a rank 3. It's just the heart and soul of the deck. 2 Messin Gelato. This fuels all your combos, searches out Chateau, Ticket, sometimes Palooza, just whatever you need in that particular situation. 2 Mew. I considered cutting this to 1 because it's really bad to see this in multiples, but you like having it if you have a wiretap or trap stun to back you up because you can just go for the OTK outright. I play 2 Fire Hand and 2 Ice Hand. I'm considering cutting these because it's not too good against Shaddoll's or Satellar Knights because all of their monsters float and Winda can't be destroyed by card effects. But it's good for the local meta because hands are just amazing and they fuel Hoot Cake and they're a good secondary engine for the deck. So I like them for now. 1 Granule to out Shaddol, Fusions, Satellar Knight Deltaros, Xyz.
Synchros?
Yep, Synchro. It's just a good card. A single Lone Effect Veiler, just for like random annoying black roses, stuff like that. It usually doesn't end up being relevant, but like sometimes you just want to negate an effect and like you don't have access to breakthrough skill or something like that, and it's Hoot Cake food, so it's useful.
Nom nom.
2 Chateau, 1 Ticket, a staple.
The standard.
Yeah. 2 Forbidden Lance because it's a back row format and you want your plays to go through. 3 MST because I hate floodgates. They're like the death knell of this deck.
Yeah, they suck.
1 Book of Moon because it's good.
It's a trap, it's a spell.
And 1 Mind Control. This has been really, really good. This is like one of the best cards in the deck for me because there's like so many rank 4 decks that you can always steal a rank 4 and make plays, and you can get rid of annoying monsters like Thunder King, and like sometimes you can just like randomly grab like a Deneb or a Shaddol Dragon and then make a rank 4 with it. So it's always pretty useful. And the traps. 2 Trap Stun, 2 Wiretap, because you want your plays to go through. Generally, Trap Stun you want to see earlier in the game, and Wiretap is just for those random solemns and stuff like that, but they just make sure that your plays go through, because this deck loses pretty hard to Disruption. 2 Breakthrough Skill. This needs to go to 3. You basically have to this format because you need to turn off stuff like Felgrand, Shaddol Winda. There's just a lot of stuff that is very annoying on your turn, and the double use of Breakthrough Skill is just amazing. 1 Madolche Palooza, just standard, as a way to push through your combos if your Mew or your Angeli gets stopped. It's especially good if you have Chateau up, because your monsters will just float back to your hand, and then you can just special them all again. And Torrential, Compulse, Bottomless, Warning, Staples.
Okay. Did you ever have any trouble with Wiretap being dead a lot?
Yeah, against certain decks, like against like Dragon Rulers and Lightsworn and stuff like that, there's just nothing to wiretap, pretty much. But I always feel safe having it because there's always the random like Phoenix Wind Blast or something like that. So it's usually useful, and it's a pretty easy side out. Because I can usually get some value out of it game one, and if I'm playing against a deck that doesn't have a lot of back row, I just side it out.
Alright, extra deck?
Alrighty then. 2 Queen. Best monster in the extra deck. You only need 2 because they can cycle themselves. You can recycle it with the other Queen or with Chateau, but it's just like one of the strongest rank 4s in the game. It's ridiculous. 1 Arc, because you have to play this. 1 Castell. I love this guy so much. Like, the day I got this card, I summoned it like 3 times. Just being able to spin any face-up card, doesn't matter if it's like in defense mode, if it was special summon, anything. It's like my go-to rank 4 in a lot of situations, because you could just spin like, if there's like a face-up hand, you can spin that, or a Shadow Fusion, or an Xyz. It's just amazing. Direwolf. Always a really good card because you run beasts. You can pop Mew, you can pop Bootcake, and in the Shaddoll matchup it's really good because he can pop itself, so you don't leave an extra deck monster out for Fusion to be live. Downer Magician. I considered cutting this, but it wins me a lot of random games against stuff because you run a lot of rank 3s, and then you just overlay your rank 3, and then Pierce for game. Karen Gorgon. This card is so hilarious. It's so obnoxious because you make this guy when you have a floodgate up, and then you can protect it from MST or whatever, and you can actually use his effect multiple times on the same chain, which is just obnoxious.
That is. I used it before when I had it, and it was winning for me. So.
Number 80, Rhapsody and Berserk. This card it does like everything. You can banish Denebs from grave to slow down Satellites, banish Lightsworn so they don't have 4 in grave for JD. Something that's really cool that I did not too long ago was I was playing against a Harpy guy. He goes Magical Hats. He brings out his 2 Hysteric Signs, and they get popped at the end of the battle phase. So I just go Rhapsody, banish them, so he doesn't get to search his 3 Harpies in the end phase. This card just does so much, and then you can equip it to your Xyz. I usually end up equipping it to a Leviair to make it 3,000, or a Queen. It's really good. Abyss Dweller, rank 4 staple. You have to play it. Exciton. You basically have to play it, but I actually have not summoned this thing once since I've gotten it.
At all.
At all. But you just need to play it for those situations where you could summon it and it would be just a blowout.
Yeah.
Cowboy, because burn for game. I've actually never used the attack position effect. Never, ever. I really want to, but it just never comes up. Invoker, you need it for the combos. He gets Messing Gelato out of the deck. Zen Mains, still a good card. Still ends up being relevant a lot because he pops Floodgates, pops annoying stuff. He ends up being like the only way to out a lot of really like weird specific stuff. So I still play him. Leviair, I probably need to play 2 because it's the backbone of all the combos, because basically any combo that will end in Tiramisu, you banish something with Hoot Cake, you go Leviair and special it back. So I'll probably up this to 2. And equip Angineer. This card is
An asshole.
Yes.
it is absolutely amazing. It's ridiculous because, like, so many fields, you end up with just like a random like jumbled mess of monsters. Like you have like 2 level 4s and 2 level 3s, and like if you make a queen and you want it to survive the next turn, you make this, and because it's a quick effect, you can chain it to pretty much anything, and it'll turn your queen to defense, and it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it's just really obnoxious, and it steals a lot of games.
Cool. Side deck?
Side deck?
Just kind of just roll through it a little bit.
Alright. Vanity's Emptiness. I'd play 2, but I only have 1. Black Horn of Heaven. Still really good against pretty much everything. Dragon Rulers, Telenites. Not good against Shaddoll's because you can't Blackhorn Fusions. Debunk. This card I end up siding in like pretty much every game. It's just so good. You know, banish Shaddoll's, banish Dragon Rulers, banish Yang Zings. That actually came up once today. Soul Drain. Just hurts everything. 2 Maxi. Mostly bring this in for like Dragon Rulers, Telenites. The other effect Veiler. Single DD Crow. It ends up being relevant against just a lot of random stuff. Transmigration Prophecy, just a better DD Crow pretty much. We have a lot of Fire King players around here, and this card's really good because like you can hit their Garunics, and like you can hit like their Yakshas and Barongs so that their circles aren't live. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror, Bujins, Telenites, Lexworn, and 2-Dimensional Prison. I'm probably going to put this in the main because I end up siding this in a lot because it's really useful to banish the Shaddol Fusions, banish like Deltaros so it won't get its special summon effect, banish hands, you know, if people still play those, and that is it.
Cool. So recap. Did you have any trouble in the tournament today?
I had a little bit of trouble against Dragon Rulers. Had me really nervous the first game because he got on an early Felgrand, and basically what ended up happening there was I normal summoned Angeli. He let that go. I tribute, special summon Hoot Cake, and Angeli's effect that the monster that it special summons can't be destroyed by battle ended up being relevant a lot because you just wall up behind Hoot Cake until you can get another play going. Let's see. Yang Zings gave me no trouble because you basically just don't attack and they can't do anything. But
I saw you play against some other random kids that, you know, were pretty easy. So anyway, thanks for the deck profile, Brandon. Tune in, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.